What's up, YouTube, and welcome to TPT. My name is Photoshooty, and today I got a deck profile for you guys. Recently, there was a tournament on Format Library, which was, of course, the September 2011 format. What you people should know is that this tournament was without the Darkwood structure, so you didn't have any access to cards like Snowgrapher or Anyway, I got the second place deck profile of this tournament, which is a Dragon Turbo deck, or a Dragunity Disaster Dragon kind of like deck. So, what's your name and yeah, why did you choose the deck for this
Yeah,
tournament?
yeah. I'm Vincent. I so like this it's inspired by the Deep Trail Dragon list, which were experimented with around in 2010. A lot of Edison players will recognize the deck, of course. Uh, but in 2011, the Dragon deck actually got 6 support in the form of Dragon Ravine, which actually does a lot for the deck. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to play it, because at the time no one was really had really tested it. I could not find any deck lists online with Dragon Turbo with Dragon Ravine at 3. Um, so I just thought, well, this seems kind of insane. With the access to Red MD, which is just such a powerful card, and Kowakimeru Draco, which is actually very strong this format. So that's why I chose to play the deck.
Well, yeah, I saw the deck in action. I actually lost to it in the tournament in
Yeah,
round one.
yeah,
I think like a card like Dragon Marine is of course strong, but also the fact you have access to 3 copies of Super Rejuvenation, which was
yeah.
something people didn't discover that much until the first Dragon Ruler format, of course. But the card was
Indeed.
immediately banned after that. How was your tournament in general? Are you
Yeah,
satisfied with your matches?
yeah. It was great. It was a great time to play the format. I was very satisfied with how the deck performed. Uh, as I had a lot of fun. The deck is extremely powerful and potent.
Were there any matches that resonated the most with you? Are there any things you would change about the deck? Any problems you noticed while playing the tournament?
Yeah. So what I noticed is that Kowakimeru Drago is actually just insane this format because, well, there are actually a lot of decks, mostly agents and chaos decks, which I did run into a lot actually. Played two agents twice, well actually 3 times, uh, because I lost twice to the same agent player who ended up winning the entire thing, and I also played against Chaos a lot. And Kwakimeru Drago just shuts down those decks entirely because they can summon practically anything, and they just have very little outs in their decks. Like, often the best out to Kwakimeru Drago is crashing Ryo into it, and that's such a good trade because then, like, the best card in the format is possibly Ryo, and you're just trading that for a Kwakimeru Draco, which you can just bring back next turn with a red and D, hopefully. Um, so you have an extreme edge with that card. Um, uh, Potentially, because of that, I like almost want to play 2 or 3. But the thing with the deck list is it's extremely tight because you need to the deck can brick. because of all the cards of constants and trade-in shenanigans, you can just sometimes open non-playable hands, so you have very little space for flex spots. Like, so fitting in another dragon is not easy, but it would be nice to play a second. Um, the extra deck was also not entirely optimized, I noticed. Because somewhere during the tournament I noticed I didn't actually have a great way to make Trishula. Um, just with how the tuners add up. Uh, because the breed, you do have like the breed dragon and instant fusion, which is another great card in the deck. But the breed deck will also revive other tuners, so you very often have too many tuners for Trishula to make it. So I probably cut that, and then I missed the existence of the that other Dragoonity Knight, the one that searches a dragon and discards one.
The guy deck,
Yeah, the guy deck.
if it was
That's
that was his name.
yeah, because he can just add something sometimes. Which I'm not sure if it would have come up, but it would be a nice option.
How was the Prime Material Dragon working for you, and why did you play it over, for example, White Knight Dragon, which is, of course, another trade-in target?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh, White Knight Dragon just didn't seem that strong in this format. It has a targeting protection, but there's uh, a lot of decks do like it has targeting protection against spell and traps, I believe, which is I think in Edison, in which that card's more popular, very important. But uh, in this format, you'll just get blown out by Master Hyperion and Brionac because you play very little other interrupts. So the deck is very much I summon a board and you try to out it. And so hopefully, so ideally, you try to end on Drago with Red MD, and then either Stardust or Prime Material. Because, yeah, Prime Material is just a way to both get a board to stick against Darkhold and Smashing Ground, and a way to play into back row, which is also very important. Because one of the funny things about Red MD is that it doesn't target. So when my opponent has back row and you just activate the effective Red MD while you have a Prime Material engrave, like it can just turn off all the bottomlesses, all the mirror forces, all the torrentials. So you can force those activations earlier, which is very important because the deck can struggle against back row.
Yeah, I noticed that as well when I played against you, when you went for Red in the effect, and I asked you about the target, and you said it doesn't target, so I
Yeah,
had to deal with it as well.
yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. The card's so strong.
Well, anyway, congratulations on your great results with the
Thank
deck.
you.
Would you play it in the future as well in other tournaments?
Uh, um, I do think it's very strong, but uh, the deck is also kind of degenerate in a way because it doesn't try to interact with opponents as much, and it's not. I prefer to play more responsive decks, uh, like Glad Beast, for example. So personally, I would not play it again, but that's just because I don't really enjoy playing this type of deck. But I made it. I made the deck and I wanted to test it out if it was any good, and I think I proved that it did work.
All right, yeah. I didn't expect the deck. I talked a lot about it with Slash, who had a kind of different build with a bit more of a Dragunity strategy.
Yeah,
Sure, it's a deck which is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future as well. And yeah, congratulations on your great
thank you.
result. Hope you can repeat that in the next tournaments, maybe on Format Library or
Hmm.
on our Discord. So that was
Yes.
the deck profile of the second place Dragon deck from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Retro series. If you want to become a citizen of TPT of the Tango Plant Town, then make sure to like the video and subscribe, and also join our Discord. Until then, see you and goodbye.